The most serious abuse of authority is when officers use their legal power to use force against individuals without just cause. Abuse of authority involves officers' misuse of the power and authority inherent in their positions. Police abuse of authority can be summarized as follows: physical abuse, including excessive force and physical harassment; psychological abuse, including disrespect, ridicule, and excessive stops; and legal abuse, including unlawful searches and seizures, manufacturing evidence, and perjury. One practice not included is the typology called professional courtesy, which refers to the practice of not ticketing an officer who is stopped for speeding or other violations. Obviously, officers do not ticket everyone they stop. They often give warnings instead, and that's a legitimate use of their discretion. Whether to give a ticket or a warning should depend on objective criteria. If the officer would let another person go with a warning in the same situation, then there's no ethical issue of giving another officer a warning. Regardless of the situation, justifications for not ticketing other officers are diverse and creative. Officers who are stopped for driving while intoxicated are sometimes driven home rather than arrested, but this application of discretion is less likely to be afforded to any other citizen. Officers who believe that they should not have to follow the same laws they enforce against others may be more prone to other forms of abuse and authority as well. One step more serious than not ticketing an officer or anyone solely for preferential reasons is fixing a ticket that's already been written. Sexual harassment of fellow officers is also another problem prevalent in the community. The most extremely serious side of misconduct is usually associated with the drug trade and involves officers who cross over into being more criminal than cop. We've examined a range of corruption, from the arguably trivial to criminal acts that include murder. The costs of these issues to communities are considerable. Police officers sometimes don't even know when the city settles because it's a decision made by city officials outside the police department. Police officers believe that city lawyers are too quick to settle insurance claims and the officer is not at fault. However, when such cases go to trial, there's a risk of a much larger judgment. The important point to note is that civil lawsuits seem to be independent from the department's own discipline system, and rarely if there's a mechanism to note when officers become the target of lawsuits multiple times.